Hey everyone, out of the blue today, Norwegian has dropped a little PR blast here, I don't even know what to call it, about the pier at Great Stirrup Cay and some new ships. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, John here from Bite Size Cruises. So out of the blue today, Norwegian, which has decided over the past few years, I guess, that they just don't care about marketing. I don't understand it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of low-key fun here that they just blast things out. So Norwegian is the cruise line that I've been on the most. It's one of my favorite cruise lines. There are things that I like and don't like, and there's things about every cruise line that I like and don't like. But I do love Norwegian. I love their kind of practicality when it comes to cruising with freestyle cruising. I love the Harvest Caye private island. I also like Great Stirrup Cay. However, I haven't been there in a while because every time we try to go there, it seems like now the waves are too much or the weather's not good enough, so we never actually get to the island. It's literally been the past 2 or 3 cruises. I've just not been able to get there. So I know there's been a lot of talks about the new pier at Great Stirrup Cay, about it getting approved and not getting approved, and all the different problems. Well, today, just out of the blue, and it was probably last night, they announced that the new pier, Great Stirrup Cay, is slated to break ground in summer of 2024, coming up in just a few months, and it will be completed by the end of 2025. This is very exciting news. It is being built to accommodate 2 large vessels simultaneously. So now we're not going to have as many issues getting in and out of that beautiful island. As you may or may not know, it is right next to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So every time you kind of sail there, you kind of see both islands. And Great Stirrup Cay is actually way bigger than Perfect Day. And I think some people prefer Great Stirrup Cay. I prefer Perfect Day, but I think some people like the simplicity of it and the fact that it's kind of like a little bit more of a pristine island. There are some things going on there. There are villas, there is, beaches, obviously. There are some water sports you could do. There are zip lines, but it is not the big theme park that Coco Cay is, so I think a lot of people do like to go there. Now, having said that, it is great that they're building this pier so that there's not going to be as many cancellations and you can actually go to this beautiful island. I'm super excited about that. Next bit of Norwegian Cruise Line, little breadcrumbs they dropped. I don't know if you've been following over the past few years, but when Disney does a ship launch, I mean, they do a feature film on it, which is kind of makes sense, right? It's Disney. When Royal Caribbean does it, they do this huge, blast out of information. They do webinars. They do all these crazy things to announce Icon and Utopia and then Star, especially if it's a new class of ships. I find that it's always intriguing to see how people market it. Norwegian sometimes just slides that stuff out under the radar. Aqua, for instance. All of a sudden it was just out and available to book, and it's not a new class, but it kind of is, because I think with the success or maybe the lack thereof of Prima and Viva, and don't get me wrong, I think they're beautiful ships, there's something just weird about those ships, and I don't think they resonated exactly the way they wanted them to with people. They decided to pivot on the next 2 Prima class ships and make them Prima Plus class ships. So make them a little bit bigger, 10% on the first one, 20% on the second one, more guest capacity, and change it up a little bit, right? The race cars aren't on Aqua. They're having the Aqua coaster on there. So changing some things up on those, and they really didn't talk about it a ton. So not surprisingly, they are going to be getting the Aqua, which comes out next year, and then in 2 years after that, they're going to be getting the next Prima Plus class ship, whatever that's going to be called. Now, all of a sudden, they've just put it out there that finance, all based on financing, if they get approved for financing, they're ordering, so they also own Oceania and Regent. They're going to order 6 ships for those cruise lines. So 3, I believe it's 3, let me double check as I have it up here. Oceania is scheduled to take delivery of 2 86,000 gross ton ships with a capacity of 1,450 guests, one in 2027, one in 2029. And then Regent Seven Seas is going to take delivery of 2 each with a capacity of 850 guests in 2026 and 2029. The other Prima Plus class ship is coming out in 2028. So now it has just come out that Norwegian, again, if financing holds up, they're going to take delivery of 4 200,000 gross ton ships, each with a capacity of nearly 5,000 guests in 2030, 2032, 2034, and 2036. This is huge news, and they just slid it out here in like a little press release. It's really, really interesting. And if you're wondering how big 200,000 gross tons is, so Prima is only 142,000 gross tons. Same with Viva, just about. The Oasis of the Seas is 225,000 gross tons. So it's going to be closer to Oasis than it is to Prima or any of their other ships. And the MSC, World Europa, and World America are 215,000 gross tons. So these are big ships, 4 big ships. Again, sometimes Norwegian, they just blow me away sometimes. I have no idea sometimes what's the path, what they're thinking, and then all of a sudden it's just boom, it's there. So, so there you have it. That's our news for today. Who knows when we'll find out more about these ships. It'll just be slid out in some little press release. I'm going to reach out to our rep today to try to get a little more info. I'm sure they don't have a ton of info either at the moment, but we'll see. And if the financing holds up, all these cruise lines are building tons of ships, which is great for inventory, great for cruising, great for that cruise life. So there you have it, a little bit of news today on a Monday, April 9th of 2024. We hope you're having a wonderful day. We'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. We put out a brand new cruise video every single day. It's exhausting sometimes, but we do it. And all we're doing here, we're just a small travel agency trying to give you some insider access to that cruise life, a little behind the scenes view of what cruising's all about, and try to give you the best information possible so you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation. So thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Come along and join us on this journey. Happy cruising. See you tomorrow.